Hello everybody and welcome back to Blue Jay Acres. Today is a meal prep video. I haven't done one of these in a while, and actually I didn't intend on it being a meal prep video, but it's kind of turning out that way because I got a lot that I need to get ready for tomorrow and for the week. So instead of breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we're gonna go with a meal prep video. So I will also though show you some of what we're doing for dinner because it's also kind of in the meal prep way. So let's go on and get started. I'm gonna start with making some hash browns from some potatoes, so I'll show you that. And then I need to also make a meatloaf so that that is ready to go for Charles's lunches this week. I saved some of the meat from yesterday if you guys saw that. So I wanna go on and get that cooked up as well. And then, yeah, a bunch more. So let's just get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is peel my potatoes. I'm gonna get those started. I like to cook mine in the Instapot. I just have this little basket that I put in. And we're gonna make the tater tots. Well, at least get the potatoes ready because they gotta cool so we can grate them. So I wanna go on and get these steaming first. So let me peel these real quick. Okay, I'm gonna add some water to that. And then I'm just gonna make sure it's turned. Okay, I'm just gonna hit the pressure cooker button and I'm gonna do it for 18 minutes. The potatoes were the last thing I did. Okay, so now for the meatloaf, real quick. I'm just doing a super simple meatloaf. Charles loves to take meatloaf sandwiches in to work in his lunch. So this is a mix of Italian sausage and ground beef. I'm gonna add 1 egg to this. This eggshell is hard. I'm gonna add some garlic powder. I'm gonna add in some onion powder. A little bit of this Parmesan cheese. A little ketchup. And then my husband likes a little bit of barbecue sauce in it. Some panko breadcrumbs. These. Need to open a new box. And then I just like to keep them stored in a mason jar. Okay, then I'm just gonna get him with my hands, and he likes it just really simple like that. Mix all this up together. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna press it into a pie plate because I want it to be thinner because we're using it for sandwiches. So I just want to be able to kind of cut it like the size of a piece of a bread. If you had a long rectangular, that would work good too.
Is everybody else at the one?
You and Luke. Okay, I'm just gonna top this with just some barbecue sauce. I'm just keeping things real simple. And then I'm gonna pop this in the oven.
Hey,
Yes, honey.
I changed my mind. I wanted to go.
All right. And that's it. I'm gonna get this baked and it'll be ready for sandwiches. Now over here I have canned some oranges, and some of you told me or suggested to freeze them. So I'm making a second batch in here of the cleaner with the orange peel. Sorry, you guys probably can't see it. Second batch of cleaner right there. And I'm getting all these oranges peeled and put into a bag to pop into the freezer for smoothies. I thought that was a great idea because we do love our smoothies. We had a few of them starting to go bad, so I just don't want to chance all of them going bad. So I want to get them taken care of. And then also, I do still have some of the big oranges that aren't just the little cuties. And they are in the fridge. We'll use those for juicing and for eating. Okay, so for the orange cleaner, all I'm going to do is fill the rest of this with just some white vinegar. And then put the lid on, write a date and time, and store it in a dark place for about 2 months. And that's ready. And now the oranges are also ready. I'm gonna go put these in the freezer. Okay, so hopefully this will still work. We had an accident and I had to take care of somebody that got hurt here. So this went a little longer. It's been in an extra like 10 minutes. So hopefully this will still work because I didn't want it that cooked. But now this just needs to cool off. Okay, so now I've got all these apples that I need to use. So I'm gonna use my little handy dandy tool here. And I'm gonna dehydrate some apples for some apple chips for the week. For snacking, they are delicious and we love them. And I haven't made them in a very long time. So I'm gonna get that started. Oh, they're just breaking. These are very ready to go. Let's try it this way. And then you can just take the slices and just pop them on. They're getting very soft. And there's a couple little bad spots, so I'm just going to kind of slice that part down. Okay, so something else I like to do is just take cinnamon and sprinkle it on top. And then they don't need sugar or anything. They get so sweet. Just dehydrating them. They turn into like just the sweetest goodness. Did you find it, baby? Luke, did you find Mommy's phone? Alright. So now this is gonna dehydrate all day. Okay, so now these are cool enough to be handled. We're gonna go back to the tater tots on the large side of the grater, and they are definitely a little bit softer than I wanted. It's just gonna make them harder to grate. But you want to be able to grate them, so hopefully you won't leave yours sit as long as I did. So I'm just gonna grate all of these up and then we'll show you the rest. Okay, so to this here, I'm gonna add a little bit of cornstarch, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, or you could grate onion and add onion too. I just think it might be too wet. And then I'm gonna add some seasoning salt as well, but I don't want to over salt it. And I'm just gonna mix this all together. Now mine are a little bit wetter than what you want, but you know, emergencies happen. So it's just how it goes. Okay, so now all this is together. And then I am actually using these for dinner tonight, but very easily, this is a meal prep item. because it goes in the freezer anyway. So just take your tater tot, shape it into a tater tot, and put it on your sheet. That's about it. They're sticky. I don't think they'd be as sticky if I hadn't overcooked them a little bit. Okay, so here these are. I'm going to give them just a little spray of oil, and then I'm going to put these into the freezer so that they're ready. If you guys can see, I did find that wetting my fingers down, just a heads up, helps a lot when shaping them. I'm going to get this in the freezer. Alright, so the meatloaf is done. Okay, next I want to make just a little bit of coleslaw to go in the fridge. Kate and I like that. And again, I've got some apples to use. We're also going to make some apple pie overnight oats for breakfast tomorrow. I'm not going to make a ton of this, but I'm just going to make a little bit. And then we'll have this for lunches and dinners as well. A little bit of apple, not too much. Alright, and then I'm going to add a little bit of raisins to that. And just a few of these walnuts. Honey, I don't know. Now we're going to make a quick, easy dressing with just some mayonnaise, a little bit of sugar, and some rice vinegar. And I'm just going to stir it together. I'm going to add all that here. Toss this up and put this into the fridge for later. Oh, I forgot a little salt and pepper on this as well. Let me get that next. And a little salt. And some pepper. Okay, next, oh, they're getting away from me. I'm going to start dicing up some apples to make the apple part of the apple pie overnight oats that we're going to make for breakfast tomorrow. Easy to send with Charles to work, easy for kids and me to grab. It's a winner. So I'm just going to dice this up. All right, and then here I am just gonna heat up on this burner all these apples. Now I'm gonna store the cooked apples and the oats separate and just assemble it then in the morning. So I'll show you guys that tomorrow when we assemble it.
Make sure you get that water.
I'm gonna add just a little bit of lemon juice. A little bit of the brown sugar that I made the other day. Next time I'll make it with you guys. I don't know why I've taken so long to make my own brown sugar because it tastes so much better than the store-bought. It's got a good hit of molasses. Tastes so good. I also like to add a little salt. It actually helps bring out all the sweetness as well. And some cinnamon. That's it. And I'm just going to cook these up a little bit. I'm not going to cook them like a crazy amount or anything. Just a little. Alright, so these apples, that's good. They're like halfway cooked. So they still got a little bit of crunch. But now it's all syrupy from the brown sugar and the cinnamon. So I'm gonna let these cool, and then I'm gonna put these in their own container, because like I said, I'll just spoon some out over the overnight oats tomorrow. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I thought I was filming through this whole thing, and I was not when I was making the oats. So I did a half a cup of old-fashioned oats, put in some almond milk, a little bit of vanilla, a little brown sugar, a teaspoon of chia seeds, and now I'm gonna add the apple pie spice. Like I said, sorry about that. I thought I was filming and hit record, and I didn't. Okay, so these are ready to go into the fridge. I'm just gonna let them sit for just a minute and stir them a little bit more just so that the chia seeds don't all just kind of clump together. So I'll let this sit for a few minutes. And then as you see, there is plenty of room, still a half a jar here in order to put in the apples in the morning. And that's all I'll do is I'll stir this up, fill it with some apples. You could drizzle a little caramel sauce on top or a little peanut butter, whatever, you know, sounds good to you. But that's it. These are ready to go. I'm gonna pop these into my fridge, and then we'll get them out and give them another little stir here in just a little bit. Okay, so next I am going to just put together some cucumber water for today and tomorrow. Go with dinner. We have the cucumbers to do it, and we love cucumber water. It's so good. So I'm just dumping in cucumbers. And then I try to always keep some lemons just ready to go in the fridge for when we have tea and stuff. So I'm just gonna squeeze a couple lemons in here. And this is ready to go. You guys all like to ask and want to know, where do I get these pictures? I got them from Walmart.com. That's it. That's where I got them, just Walmart.com. And then the rest is cucumber. I am just going to cut up and sit out because it will be gone very quickly. Set stuff out My husband, the kids, myself included, everybody, if they're ready to go, everybody eats them. So I'm just putting these in the bowl and setting them out. All right, next I'm gonna make lunch lady brownies for a dessert. So I'm gonna start with 1 cup of melted butter and a 1/2 cup of unsweetened cocoa. I'm using a 1/4 cup measure so I can get in there. And then I'm just gonna mix this together really good. And then I'm gonna add about 4 teaspoons of vanilla. 2 cups of sugar. Eggs. And 2 cups of flour. Okay, then, so I remove the cucumbers out of the way. I am just going to spray down my pan. Okay, so here is the brownie or the cake part. I think it's like a cross between a cake and a brownie. And it's gonna be thick. So we're just gonna kind of push it to all the edges. Then we gotta wash this out to do our icing. Just kind of spread that out here. This is going to bake at a 350-degree oven for 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, so here is the meatloaf. I'm just going to put it in a package like this, and I just put one of these little lids on. I'll write meatloaf and the date, pop it in the freezer, and he's got these ready. I just have to send him with either a bun or some kind of, just some kind of bread to make a sandwich, which is super easy. I just get it out the night before, and he eats it cold, so you just send this and the bread. Way easy. And here is the apple filling. I'm just gonna put a lid on this, put that in the fridge, and we've got that ready for tomorrow. Okay, while the lunch lady brownies are cooking, we're gonna make some dinner, like buns for tonight and some to put in the freezer for later in the week. So I'm starting with 2 cups of warm water, and then I'm gonna add 4 tablespoons of yeast and a 1/2 cup sugar. And I'm gonna just lift this, stir it, and I'm gonna let this just sit and get really good and foamy. Okay, so I'm gonna add to this 2 eggs, a tablespoon of salt, a 1/2 cup shortening, or I am using lard. And I'm gonna let this kind of mix together. Okay, I'm gonna add 6 1/4 cups of flour. So there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then this is just gonna need for about 7 to 8 minutes. Okay, so now It's been about 7 minutes. I'm gonna let this sit. If I can get this thing off of here, we're gonna let this rise until it's doubled, about a half hour to an hour. Alright, I'm just gonna cover that and let it sit. Alright, now our cake is done, so we're gonna make the icing for that after that cools in just a minute. Okay, now we're gonna make the icing for the Lunch Lady brownies. I was mistaken, we wanna put that on while it's warm. So I just moved the dough to a different bowl so that we can use the mixer. So for the icing, I'm gonna do 1/4 cup of softened butter, 1/4 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1/4 cup of milk. Oh, alright. And 3 cups of powdered sugar. Well, they can go outside. Put them out, baby. Alright, we're just gonna mix this all up. Try and do it while it's still warm. We have cats that cannot decide. Do they want in? Do they want out? So you're going to hear them crying a lot because they cry to come in and they cry to go out. It is 50s here today, so it feels pretty good, but the sun's going down, so it's getting cold. They want out, but... Okay, so now we're going to let this cool completely before cutting it. So by the time we're done with dinner, this will be nice and cooled off. Okay. So now, this dough, sorry, get you guys where you can see, is risen. So I'm going to just kind of punch it down a little bit. And then I'm going to make in this smaller pan here the rolls that I need for tonight. And I just kind of form them like that. So I'll put some that I'm going to cook now, and then I'm going to put some that I'm going to put into a freezer. In a minute. Something. And then all of these, I'm going to let rise for 15 minutes. And then we're going to flash freeze it. And then after we flash freeze, we can put these in a bag and they'll be ready to go. And just freeze. And then when we get them out, we just thaw them, let them rise a little bit, and pop them in the oven. And we've got them ready to go, which are great because we've got some like ham that we can do ham sandwiches, and sometimes it's good to just do a bun instead of like a sandwich. And then we can just have fresh homemade buns at our convenience whenever we want them. Okay, now all of these I'm going to cover and let them sit for 15 minutes. It is 5:16, so we will put those in the freezer at about 5:30. Okay, now all that's left is cooking up all this meat. Charles started the grill. I have these turkey cheddar dogs. We have these brats. We have these regular ground chuck patties. It's like there's 2 of those, and then we've got these triple cheddar Angus beef patties. So when we grill, because we got the charcoal and everything going, we like to grill a lot. Normally I would grab some chicken and stuff too, but I decided this was enough, and that's what we're gonna grill. And then we're also going to make the tater tots here in just a few minutes. All right, it has been 15 minutes, so I am putting them in the freezer like this. And then after they're all the way frozen, I'll put them in a bag, and they will keep for up to 2 months. There is nothing like charcoal grilling. It's the only way we grill. Okay, so Charles is doing our grilling. And if you guys don't follow him on Instagram, make sure you do over at Blue Jay Acres. He just posted the cutest thing about the pig. The pig is so precious. It loves people. It's just the sweetest pig. But he was posting stuff about that, and he posts pictures of the farm. So if you're interested in more about the farm, make sure you check it out. Yummy.
Hey, you know what the best part about grilling in February is?
What?
No flies.
Yes, that's wonderful. And the fire helps. When you got the fire up on you, staying warm while you're grilling. Although we are like 50 today, but we're probably in the 40s now.
That's a good question.
I don't know. But staying warm by the fire. It's delightful.
50 degrees
Smelling the
flat.
grilling food, delightful. 50 degrees flat?
Yep. It was 52 a minute ago.
All right, well, while he's got this all under control, I am running in to do the tater tots. So all I'm doing here is I just got some oil heating up so that I can put those tater tots in. I went ahead and I put the oven at 170. Just keep it kind of warm, and I put the bread in there to finish rising because it's rising very slow, but it's getting cold. Everybody's in and out and in and out, and I think it's keeping them from rising too fast. So here are the tater tots. Now, if you wanted to freeze them and not use them right now, you would just pull them off here. They're ready to go. Put them in a freezer bag, and tater tots are ready whenever you want them. But we're gonna cook some up now for dinner. We'll see if I make all of them or not. I don't know if this is hot enough. Let's see. Okay, so now this is ready. I'm gonna just start putting some of these tater tots in here to fry up. Trying not to overcrowd my pan. All right, so here, if you guys can see, let me see if I can get it to pick up on this. There it goes. They are so pretty. I'm just gonna get them out, put them on this pan. Then I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of salt on them and let them cool off a little bit. I don't have paper towels to put them on because we don't buy paper towels, but if you did, that would be good. And they would probably look more like traditional looking tater tots if I did not have, if I had not cooked them a hair bit too long. Got them a little too soft. Okay, Okay, so here are the tater tots and how they cooked up. You guys, I kid you not, they are the best tater tots. They taste so good. You could do this with leftover mashed potatoes too, I'm sure. The buns. This is our dinner tonight, and then we'll put up what's left to eat on the rest of the week. And we have a taste tester, but they're hot.
There again, and the fire is not out the chimney.
Is the fire going down?
It's not out,
It will.
out the chimney.
Oh, it's not out the chimney yet.
Just checking the smoke to make sure it's coming out of the chimney.
What do you think? Better than frozen?
I don't think they're very good. You just need to have everybody eat something else tonight.
Yeah, I knew you'd like it. Oh,
I will sacrifice one for the team.
and I forgot the lunch lady brownies. You guys, let me try and get one up for you to show you. Well, here, I'll just get this one up. They are definitely a cross between, we've been eating on those too as he's about to take it from me, a cross between a brownie and cake. They're very good. We've made them many times. They're very good.
Not gonna lie, I had a piece of this a minute ago.
Yeah.
I already know it's delicious.
You've had a taste of everything, but this stuff, we need to eat it. And here are the buns, just so you can see. They are so light and doughy.
I want some
And
cucumber
he's
water.
gonna try one for you.
Oh,
I'm gonna try, hold on honey, we'll
Get
get
some.
cucumber water in a second. Of course they're better if you put a burger on it, but that's all right. How are they?
pretty darn perfect.
Okay. Good.
Go. Go.
Mini
they
taste
good?
tester just walked away with one.
I know, he snuck in here.
I-
You know you're not supposed to be on film. All right. And here, you guys, are our apple chips. They're still going. Those will be done. I'll show you those tomorrow. All right, that's gonna wrap it up, you guys. I am wore out. I've been in the kitchen all day. He's been working in the chicken coop and all that kind of stuff, and then took the time to grill for me like a Superman. And we're ready to eat dinner, and then I will spend a while editing this. So we'll either get up tonight or tomorrow if for some reason I cannot get it up tonight, because this one takes me a while to edit. But I haven't done a meal prep in a while, so I want to make sure I gave you one. All right, that's it. We will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. I hope all of you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. Bye, everybody.